Hello, everybody. Oh, smacking my microphone here. Welcome to day two. Day two of our video series, and yeah, welcome back. I hope that you got some of your homework done. If you haven't had a chance yet to watch video one, it went out in an email, and you can also find it here on the page. I want to just do a brief recap about yesterday. So yesterday I talked about how it was my firm belief that step one for creating a strong, healthy, vital body on your own terms was to understand that it's not your fault. There is nothing wrong with you, okay? So when we have been exposed to different systems, products, programs for gimmicks, right? For finding or for setting goals or reaching goals as with regards to our body, then we often feel a sense of failure because they are not designed to create a sustainable success for you. And so I talked about how in order to discover what it is that will work for you, then we need to do a few things. And so one of those things is to discover how you want to feel. So with respect to your body, how do you want to feel, right? And how do you want to feel right now with respect to your body? Because it's important to understand as well that you could be on the journey to nowhere, right? Like you continually think that how you want to feel is outside of you. So when I lose the weight, when you can apply it to other areas too. When I lose the weight, when I get the job, when I get the guy, when I get the girl, when I do the thing, right? Then I will be happy. It's really important to become aware that you need to be happy now in this moment. And so then you can bring those things into your life. But being a certain size is never going to make you happy. That is just, it's a vicious rumor from our diet and fitness industries, okay? That does not make you happy. It does make you healthy, right? Like living a healthy lifestyle, all those kinds of things. Those are super important. So having a goal, that was the other thing. Having a goal with regards to your physical body, right? We want to make it clear that there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's important. Those are important things, okay? Then the next thing was to really do a little bit of a deep dive on the validity of the thought processes that you have had up until now regarding your ability to achieve what it is that you want to achieve with respect to your physical body. So there is, I think there's a quote or whatever about how a belief is just a thought that you think over and over again. So if you continue to think over and over again that you have no motivation, that you have no willpower, that you're unable to be successful, then that starts to become a belief system. And we have belief systems that work for us and that are, for our highest and best good. And then we have belief systems that we don't shine a light on. And it can come from all kinds of areas. It can come from, our childhood beliefs. It can come from something somebody said to us. It can, it comes from the media, our society, our culture, right? And so when you continue to think something over and over again and it becomes a belief for you, it's important to discover what the validity of that is. And if it really is working for you, and if it is true. Byron Katie, I don't know if you're familiar with Byron Katie or not, but her delivery system is called The Work. And one of the big things is that with anything that happens in your life, is this true? So if somebody says something, is this true? If you're telling yourself something, is this true? Right? So that's super important. So that was day one. Now, day two, I wrote about this, or I did a video about this a few weeks ago. And I think it's really interesting because I firmly believe that we need to create a new metric of ease. We need to create a new definition about what it means to do ease and to find ease in our body. Now, I was sitting down with a client, and we were talking about food, and we were talking about recipes, and I was showing her different things and giving her different ideas, and she said, you know, Allison, I'm probably not going to do this. I'm lazy and I just want it to be easy. And it really got me thinking about what we define as ease. So I believe that we have been misinformed into the perception that when something is easy, it means that it requires no effort and little work, right? I mean, I think that that's been the general consensus. That is how most of us would define ease. Most often, though, the things that we have been looking for, so the things that we've been using, the fast fixes, the gimmicks, the shakes, the pills, they're actually the opposite of easy for our bodies. Because our systems have to work twice as hard to filter those things through our body, okay? Typically they're chemical laden. They're not going to support you in your health and well-being. They're just not going to. It takes a lot of effort for your body to process through those things. And so another thing that I want to, I'm actually super passionate about this because it's coming out so often in that natural product. This is a natural weight loss product. This is a natural this is a natural that. And the bottom line is that natural is a buzzword, and people want to get back to something that is natural, that is organic, that is, earthy, and they want it to be simple. And natural sounds simple or easy, right? But natural products don't have ingredients. Ingredients are the natural products, right? So they don't have ingredients, they are ingredients. And I want you to not be duped by the fitness and diet industry by telling you that these products that you're going to pay so much money for are natural products for your body. Anyways, I digress. So here's your body. It's working its ass off, quite literally, to move this foreign stuff through your body so that you can lose those inches quickly. That is not easy for your body. It's not. Bodies get tired. They get tired of having things done to them over and over again. And so I think it's really time that if we're looking for new thoughts to create new beliefs, that we start to understand that we need to move away from doing things to our bodies, and we need to take the belief that we're doing things for our body. And as soon as you make that mental shift from, I need to do this to my body because I don't, my body is not doing the things that I want it to do, and you make that shift from that to, I'm doing this for my body, you start to look at the things that you're doing in your life differently. Okay, so the food changes and the movement changes. There is no more, food as punishment or movement as punishment. Okay, that doesn't happen if you're doing things for your body, if you're doing it from that belief system. So a great example of bodies tiring out from things being done to them and not for them is my own life. All right, so in 2012, I've told this story lots, right? I ran a marathon with heel spurs and exercise-induced hemorrhoids because I was doing so many things to my body. This was no longer easy, and it was no longer healthy. I wasn't in that realm anymore, right? I was really stuck in the whole diet mentality and the fitness culture, okay? And the, no pain, no gain, and all of those kinds of things. And so, that was a measure of dis-ease in my body. And my body was showing me that. It was really a short walk to burnout from there. And the following year, I continued to manifest all kinds of physical diseases and ailments, right? Things that I didn't know, what was going on because I was ignoring my body. And so then I decided that I was going to embark on the summer of pure pleasure. And that's where the pleasured life began. And that would have been brilliant had I kept it to the summer of pure pleasure. But because I had been doing so many things to my body and not for my body, I decided to step away from everything that I was doing. And everybody needs a break here and there, unless you're living a lifestyle that is sustainable. That's the thing. You don't need to take a break from a life that is sustainable success in the body. Okay? So, I moved away from everything that I had been taught, everything that I had practiced and that I had preached up until then. And I kind of went the other way. I let the pendulum swing the other way. And so I ate what I wanted to eat, and I didn't move my body very much. And so that didn't create ease in my body either. But I also hadn't connected to the wisdom of my body yet. And so that's the journey that has happened up until now. So the bottom line is that we need to redefine easy. That's step 2. And my definition of easy is going to be different than yours. And so that's what I want you to think about today. I think we need to make it like a noun, maybe instead of a verb. Like it needs to be a feeling. Ease needs to be a feeling in the body. So if we were to embody the feeling of ease, or discover what ease feels like in your body, I wrote some things down. So ease in my body is to be able to move without pain, without stiffness or heaviness. And that happens, I have discovered, when I eat real food that supports my body and when I move my body in a way that feels good. Ease in my body also feels like energy and a spark and a little sass, right? And fire. And that comes from eating food that supports my body and moving my body. Ease in my body also feels like appreciation and gratitude and a sense of awe around this amazing vehicle that we get to experience all of our life through. You know, as I was writing these things down, I was thinking how amazing it is that my brain is putting together these creative thoughts and then it's telling my hand to write it on the paper. Ease in my body feels like appreciation. It's brilliant, actually. And then I also wrote this down too, which we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but I also ate healthy fats for breakfast this morning, which feeds my brain and allows for that creativity and clarity. So that comes back to that food piece. Ease in my body means that when I come up against a challenge, I actually don't fall apart because my systems are ready and are functioning full steam ahead. I feel myself for health and for hunger, and I move for purpose and pleasure. And it's like building an army. So, you know, with any kind of change in practice, so positive changes in your life, you know, it's not that you're not going to, at some point in time, come up against some kind of challenge, whether that be in the area of body, health, and wellness, or whether that is, you know, with relationships or jobs or whatever, right? Like, the idea is that you are creating this little army. You are an army. You're ready. You're ready for what life brings you. And that doesn't happen if you are not finding ease in the body. Ease in my body also feels like not avoiding the mirror. And I talked a little bit yesterday about how, you know, even at my very fittest, I would still stand in front of the mirror and pinch myself and say, you know, you got to tighten up your diet, you got to run faster, you got to do this, you got to do that, right? It's harder on my body then than I am now because I'm finding a new metric of ease. So ease in my body feels like not avoiding the mirror. It feels like not feeling uncomfortable in public. especially if, you know, something has changed, I'm no longer a size 4, right? So whatever. Ease in the body makes me feel great. Okay? I know that if I'm feeling easy on the inside, that I'm reflecting the inside to the outside. And once again, how does that happen? How do I find ease in like loving being in this vessel? It's because I'm feeding it and I'm moving it to my own standards, to what my body needs, because I've become connected with my desires. I have discovered the validity of the thoughts that I need to change, or invalid thoughts that I need to change. And I'm creating a new definition of ease and what it means to move forward, what it means to do the things that I need to do to get where I want to get. And it's not a revolution, it's an evolution, right? It's a slow unfolding. That's the other thing. We're so trained to want to get there now and quickly. But if you step back and you understand that it is an evolution and it is an unfolding, and it's like the layers of the onion, and you know, I could come up with a million different metaphors for that, right? Ease also feels fun. Okay? So when I'm living ease in the body, when my definition of ease is fun, then I'm not tired of eating things that I don't want to eat anymore. And I'm not tired of following a program that tells me I have to do this many sets of this many things. You know, I'm eating things that I know support me, and it tastes good and it's fun, right? It's fun to find the recipes. It's fun to cook the things. It's fun to come up with different ways to serve different things. And if that's not your thing, you know, it's fun to move the body and have it be fun. There was a, you know, for a good period of time, I would have thought that hula hooping was not exercise. Dancing was not really exercise. You know, unless it was like some prescribed form of exercise, fitness, like lifting weights and running and biking and all those kinds of things, then it wasn't worthwhile because it wasn't fitness. And that is not true, because the ease that I feel in my body when I allow myself to do these things that are fun, it changes everything. Ease is also, and this is a hard one, because, you know, it comes back to that piece, like it's so hard to eat healthy and cook those things, and I don't have time, and my kids won't eat it, and my husband doesn't like it, and you know, whatever. Like, those are just excuses. Those are just excuses. Ease is no longer a microwave meal. It's no longer a takeout or foods that don't support my needs. Okay? Not as a whole. All right? I am not saying I am not perfect. Right? I'm not perfect. But I do know that if I'm going to eat those things, that I have to do some shifting around of other things so that I'm still supporting myself where I need to be supported. I'm not strict with the things that I'm eating. It's different. I've changed my thought process around it, and it's this ease piece. So it's also not running a zillion miles a week. It's also not sitting on my butt, because there's those two things, right? Like it's not easy to not do anything either. Ease is making myself feel vitalized. And I think that that's the bottom line. I think that feeling, if you even just say the word ease, even if you say the word ease as opposed to the word easy, close your eyes right now. Take a big breath. And whether you want to say it out loud, or whether you want to say it in your mind, say the word ease and see where that lands. Say the word ease and ask yourself how you could redefine ease in your life, specifically where it comes, or when it comes to your body, your physical body. Because we've made things too hard for too long. Even the so-called easy things are not easy. We've made this very difficult. And the reconnection to the body, the discovery of what you want, how you want to feel, and redefining what ease means and what it means to live ease with respect to creating that strong, healthy, vital being that you have every right to be and to feel. We need, that's what all happens within the magic of this piece. That's how you discover how to get to where you want to get. And so I'd like to know what your definition of ease is. What your definition of ease is now, and possibly if you feel like you could redefine it. And maybe also, is there, you might have to put it up against those thought grooves that I talked about yesterday, right? Those old belief systems that create grooves in your consciousness, and we need to create new neural pathways for new belief systems and new thoughts. And that's what happens, is that when we take things like, I just want it to be easy. What does easy mean? Is it true? Is this easy? Is opening a box of mac and cheese easy? Not if you have a different definition of easy. And so that's kind of all I have. Vanessa, are you still there? Do you have any questions? I'm going to give a couple minutes here because I know yesterday we had some people jump on later. It's just you and me, kid. How are you? What do you think about this? What do you think about the definition of ease? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but you're the only one here. Yeah, I think, and this has been sitting with me quite a bit, this whole idea of ease. I just want it to be easy. Just want it to be easy. I want it to feel like ease. I think that feels different to me. Cool. Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure how it works, so if you know how to do it, then you do it, because I don't know what that looks like. Do I add you on here? How do I do it? Oops. Not that. How do we go live to chat, Vanessa? Maybe we need to turn this off and then go live. Oh, cool. I've seen it happen before, but I have no idea how to do it. And I don't see any like little things on here either. So we'll hold up. Some other things that I would maybe think about, even where ease comes in and how it's easy to, easy to, I don't know, think that it's easy for it to be easy. Part about qualifying exercise and moving. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like, do you mean, so the part about qualifying exercise and movement, do you mean like, well, elaborate on that for me. Yeah. That it's to eat for health and hunger and to move for purpose and pleasure, that kind of idea? Oh, that part. Yeah, exactly. And, I think that it comes back to that piece too, where ease should feel fun. Like, ease feels fun. And so, I mean, I'm doing some running again, but it's fun for me now. I'm not like, it's not, I'm doing it for pleasure. I wasn't doing that before. Right. Yeah. Or hula hooping. Have you done a hula hoop? I was sweating buckets hula hooping, and it was super fun. Mostly because I'm not very good at it, and so it's something I need to practice, and so it was like, but yeah, movement, we need to, like, moving for fun. I got an adult hula hoop. I got it custom made, and Ken and I went to pick it up in Lethbridge. And it's really super pretty, and you'll have to like hula hoop with me sometime. But so fun. So fun. Yeah, not real exercise. And I was guilty of that. I was guilty of thinking this is not real exercise. If it doesn't hurt, it's not real. And that's where my new definition of ease has to happen. Yep. Yeah, we feel like we have to measure everything. Sometimes I think some of look at the rest of our lives. Some of the things that are the most important and the most beneficial for us are not measurable. Yeah. The scenery and the smells, the weather, it all feels so good. I know I'm still teaching classes at the gym, and I walk there and back, and just the sheer joy of moving the body, because I think this vessel is so amazing. It's so amazing, the things that it does for us, and then we're so unkind to it. Yeah, I love it. Did you have any other things? Did you guys figure it out? We might have to move to what's it called? Zoom or something like that. Maybe in another video, so that I can just flip people around and they're able to like, we can go face to face, because this is the hard part about Facebook Live. Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, I think so too. Okay. I'm going to look into that even for tomorrow. Maybe I can figure something out, because tomorrow's a big one. So anyway, have a great night. And this video will be up tomorrow in email and well, it'll be up on Facebook as soon as I close it out. So anyway, all right, take care, V. Say hi to Tara. Talk soon. Have a good night, everybody. You bet. So fun. I love this. This is my jam. Let's talk about food and moving and from a whole new perspective. All right, bye.